With movies as recently as last year's Hocus Pocus depicting books bound in human flesh, I would like to introduce you to the term anthropodermic bibliopegy. Not just for horror films, people. As a student of anthropology at University of Alaska Fairbanks, I'm uniquely qualified in describing this phenomenon to you. First, I would like to describe the process, the history, and how we would test to determine if a book was bound in human versus other forms of leather. First, how would one even tan a person? Much like any other leather, turns out. It was likely during the time that they used a vegetable tanning process, which would take several steps. There would first be a pre-tan process, which would hydrate and remove the hair. Then there would be an actual tanning process, which would soak in a form of tree bark liquor called tannins, if I am understanding correctly. There would also be a dyeing process before drying the leather out, followed by a final seal and wax process. Now, it is possible that they use different types of tanning, as well as used either urine or brain matter in the process as well. Now, who would have done this? Doctors, actually. Back in the day, they would practice their skills on cadavers in autopsy rooms. And as a memorial to the subjects that they would learn their medical work on, they would memorialize these people in their medical books and bound their cadaver patients into their work. Now, doctors would also do this paid for other reasons as well, which could include criminals as a heightened form of punishment after death, to collectors, or a large amount is actually erotic work, which is rumored to be bound in the flesh of those they are written about. There's no way to confirm that, however. Now, how would we tell whether this is even human flesh versus another animal's? After all, wouldn't cow leather look the same? I can't tell the difference. So as a matter of fact, it is impossible to tell the difference by the naked eye. The process of tanning itself would distort the pores enough where you are not able to determine whether it is calf or camel leather just by the pore patterns. The tanning process will also destroy any DNA, so DNA testing is not available. Now, you can send a small sample through a mass spectrometer, which will break down the proteins and be able to tell you which animal class this came from. Now, as primates, as apes and monkeys were never used in leather, it is safe to say that these books were bound in human flesh. Now, this testing is very expensive. So, as of today, there have only been 16 books confirmed across the world. 10 have been proven false, and there is yet 31 rumored to be made of human flesh, but have not been tested to be confirmed. And so without testing, it truly is impossible to tell whether these books are bound in human versus other forms of leather. And it was fairly common during the 1600s to do so. Now, I have described the process, the history, and testing. It is likely that there are thousands in libraries and private collections in people's homes without them even knowing. So, if you would like to avoid becoming somebody's entertainment someday, then I suggest wearing your scars proudly, as this will prevent you from becoming an anthropodermic bibliopath.